I love the Millennium Calendar. The Millennium Calendar is a one-mana legendary artifact from the Lost Caverns of Ixalan. It has three very unique abilities. The first puts a time counter on it whenever we untap a permanent during our untap step. This lets it quickly accumulate what would usually be a high number of time counters. Just by keeping it on the board, it'll often gather 10 or so each turn, which is nowhere near enough. Its second ability then allows us to accelerate this process significantly. For 2 mana, we can tap it to double the number of time counters on the Millennium Calendar. Finally, once the Millennium Calendar reaches 1,000 or more counters, we sacrifice it and each of our opponents loses 1,000 life. This card represents an interesting minigame. At first, it'll accumulate counters all by itself. There isn't really much of a point to activating it to go from 10 to 20. But once we reach around 40, tapping it becomes essential to making noteworthy progress. If 40 is our starting point, to reach 1000, we need to activate the calendar 5 additional times, which is a lot for an artifact with no protection that's clearly telegraphed and represents a lethal threat. Despite that, this could be pretty easily achieved by just going infinite. A Kiora's follower, freed from the real untap combo, could first generate infinite mana and then untap the calendar as often as we like to get our win. But if I'm honest, I feel like that's cheating. If I've entered an infinite loop of resource production, did I win because of the calendar or because of the combo? No. We're gonna do this honestly. We are playing Bracket 2, no infinites, no game changers, and we'll loosely stick to a €50 budget. Yes, that means no Seedborn Muse, which would really have made this idea a whole lot easier. But we're still going to try to untap the calendar to accelerate the process. Luckily, there's a great commander for this that also comes from the Lost Caverns of Ixalan, Xolotl, the Smiling Flood. Xolotl, the Smiling Flood, is a 6-mana Simic 6/6 Salamander Serpent, which is a great set of creature types on a card with a wonderful piece of art. I just love its dumb little smile. Xolotl puts a flood counter on a land of our choice whenever it enters or attacks, turning that land into an island in addition to its other types. And then, at the beginning of our end step, this is the important part, it untaps each permanent we control with a counter on it. Since the calendar gathers its own counters, we can use this to easily untap it. But importantly, Xolotl also lets us untap a portion of our lands, and that gives us mana to activate and protect the calendar. Xolotl is also just a funny little guy, which makes it perfect for today's shenanigans. But it alone isn't enough to facilitate the entire plan, since we are just creating a second big target. So, we have a suite of other effects that can be used to untap our stuff. Unstoppable Plan untaps all of our non-land permanents in our end step, Manifold Key taps itself to let us untap another artifact, and we also have a couple creatures that can be tapped to untap another permanent. The sickest untappers though are Sphinx of the Second Sun and Shadow of the Second Sun, both of which cost quite a bit of mana to cast but give us an entire second beginning phase at the end of our turn, meaning we get to untap, upkeep, and draw. The calendar only adds counters when we untap a permanent during our untap step, which means we can't just play a Seeker or Skybreak and have it dizzy itself to get the counters we need. We actually need to pass through a turn. However, because the Second Sun cards give us another proper untap step, they actually work with the calendar, which is not super important because we mostly just need to activate it, but it's still neat. Untap ramping is actually a really good way of quickly generating a lot of mana. This is done by attaching land enchantments like Utopia Sprawl, Fertile Ground, and Market Festival to a small number of lands, often stacking multiple on the same, and then untapping those lands repeatedly. This approach is definitely much more vulnerable than regular land ramp, but it's also significantly faster, and it works great here because we're already planning on untapping our permanents. So we have a couple of those effects, but we also still play a bit of regular land-based ramp. Next, we play a lot of interaction, most of which are counterspells. While the sheer quantity of them might seem excessive, these are almost exclusively defensive counterspells. While we can use them to prevent our opponents from playing, realistically we need to keep them in hand to protect the Millennium Calendar. Once our counters go up enough, we'll need to 3 versus 1 our opponents to defend it, because we can't afford to ever have it get destroyed. While we could recur it and try again, that just takes way too long to be a reasonable strategy. We really only get 1 attempt at this per game, so we need to be ready to force our way through. In terms of actual interaction, we play a few island-based sweepers with Scourge of Fleets and Spectral Deluge. These work great here because Xolatoyak turns all of our lands into islands, on top of 2 more bounce spells as well as Isori's Predation, Beast Within and Aetherize. It's still a bit more than I would usually play, but because our deck is unbelievably fragile and has a very literal clock that turns these sweepers into a game over, I feel like it's alright. Then we have a few value creatures, notably the 2 Archmages, which work really well with our large number of instants. We play a lot of instants because we are untapping in our end step, and to be able to actually use that mana, we need to operate at instant speed. So we have cards like Pull from Tomorrow and Return of the Wildspeaker as our big card draw spells. That brings us to probably the best card in our deck, Eluge, the Shoreless Sea. Eluge is a 4-mana elemental fish whose stats are as high as the number of islands we control. When Eluge enters or attacks, it puts a flood counter on a land we control, turning it into an island. And the first instant or sorcery spell we cast each turn costs 1 blue mana less to cast for each land we control with a flood counter on it. This card works amazingly well with Xolatoyak because they both put and synergize with flood counters, giving us more mana in their own unique ways. Eluge reducing the mana costs of our instants is incredible and can really smooth out our path to victory. The last set of cards in the deck are a few tutors to actually find and play the Millennium Calendar. I think it's worth pointing out that this deck doesn't play any landfall. This isn't because it wouldn't be good, but I just thought it would be more interesting to play Simic entirely without landfall. At the end of the day, we're not here to win by attacking with 600 Scoot Swarms. No. We are here to cast a terrible artifact, to spend the entire game relentlessly protecting it, to struggle through adversity, to learn to count to 1000, and to trigger the Millennium Calendar. That all being said, this deck is terrible. Well, to be fair, it's mostly the Millennium Calendar that's terrible, but hey, that's part of the fun. Anyways, if you've enjoyed the video so far, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and check out my Patreon, where you can find lots of exclusive content, linked down below. And now, let's get into the game. Ooh, we can't keep this hand. What are we going up against? Henzi, Nira, Wild Mage, and Kianos, and Tyro of Meletis. So this is kind of nice for us. This gives us a lot of additional resources. Let's mulligan. Ooh. I mean, it's in the opening hand. I feel like we gotta keep it. The rest of the hand isn't ideal, but it could definitely be worse. I wish I had some protection for the Millennium Calendar. That would be good. But as is, you know what? We're going second. We can go Millennium Calendar into Coiling Oracle. It's alright. Ooh, even Fertile Ground. You know what? I actually think this hand is totally fine. Let's come here, Millennium Calendar. Don't worry about it. It's just a stupid little thing. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Oh, we definitely need to make sure we have enough interaction to protect this bad boy. Because I am worried about what our opponents are gonna do to it. I know, Hensi, what do? Whenever you cast a spell, you may put it on the bottom of its owner's library. If you do, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a non-land card. You may cast that card without paying its mana cost. Then put all revealed cards not cast this way on the bottom of your library in a random order. This ability triggers only once each turn. Okay, so you're just constantly wild magicking. I mean, I suppose that's what's being promised, right? She is the wild mage after all. Let's hope we hit a land. That would be ideal. Oh, we've got a counter. We're not gonna start doubling this for a little while. Okay, no land. So I think I'm gonna go for the Coiling Oracle over Fertile Ground then. To kind of dig a little bit. Okay, yeah, we got one. That's alright. Tap this and just kind of pass until here. So even if we miss the next land drop, we're doing okay. Because I can just play Fertile Ground and just kind of like still somewhat keep pace. Ideally though, best case scenario, we draw a land, play Eric's Meaties, play Fertile Ground, we're in great shape. Man, this is honestly anxiety inducing like crazy. Didn't do anything. No braid. Are you abrading me? Okay, Insignia, let's go. Okay. Now just as long as they don't immediately kill the calendar. That's all I want. I want the calendar to stay alive. We have some strong cards in hand, but no card draw. That was definitely a risk with keeping this one. But I mean, it's just, I gotta keep the turn 1 calendar. That's just what it comes down to, right? We're up to 4 counters. Only 996 to go. Oh my god. That's actually the god hand. Let's go. Eric's Meaties. I at this point... Oh right, this enters tap, so I can't immediately use it. Don't worry about it. That's fine, don't worry about it. No big deal. We'll just use it next turn. Now we just need card draw. 3 mana. Henze. That can really be anything. Anything can pop out of that box. It's kind of tricky too, you know? You never know how dangerous they built the guy. Because not everybody tries to shoot for the same level of power. Thrill of possibility. Discarding Ulamog. Oh, I see what we're doing with the Nira. Okay, yeah, no, I get what is happening. Ulamog would of course be very unfortunate. Let's just kind of hope we don't end up there. Or let's hope that there's something more dangerous than my silly Millennium calendar. That's probably more likely. I would be delighted if this guy just played their commander. It's looking like they're going for it. That's nice. I like having some extra cards here. That's the one thing I'm missing, right? I'm a little low on card draw right now. Urban Evolution. Ooh, that's tempting. You ever play that instead of the Salamander? I just enjoy the Salamander. We can get our land drops later. We are at 9 counters. 991 to go. I mean, that's a good card. What would my turn look like? I guess I would tap these. Urban Evolution. Presumably hit a land. And then Kiora's Follower. Is that better? I feel like I want to get my guy out. But I also worry I'm running it into some sort of Hensy shenanigans. You know what? We're just going to run into the Hensy shenanigans. Don't want to remove the slumber counters. I like having them there. We care about counters. Make this right here into a dual land. And then we pass. We have 3 mana open, which is enough to look like we have some options, but not enough for us to actually have any. The one thing I can do is activate the calendar, and that I will do. I mean, that's kind of the nice thing. We do actually have a little bit of a setup, maybe? Oh, great or good. Okay. I mean, that's an incredibly powerful card, but it doesn't immediately kill us. And that's my main worry. An Nira Wild Mage could come down right now as well. I mean, maybe this is just like a pretty removal-free turn rotation. I would be okay with that. Although I don't know what I'm doing next turn then. Scourge of the Fleets is maybe not the worst choice. Alright, there she is. Oh my god, I just realized they all got such big asses. 2-8, 2-7. They're huge. I'm not hitting that with a Scourge of the Fleet anytime soon. Azuri's Predation also not super useful. Alright, that might make things just a little bit trickier. Seasoned Dungeoneer. Ooh, Initiative. Yeah, it's kind of a fun combo as well. The Initiative with Kinaios and Tyrone. Because they have such an enormous ass, they can just block attackers. You know, the Initiative is one of those mechanics that's hated on pretty frequently. I don't really get why. I think it's cool. It's not that complicated. I feel like the community that yells at me for saying that commander damage is too complicated can handle the Initiative. Oh no, I brought up a sensitive topic. Alright, let's draw another card. Wait, who's end step? Okay, no, we're good. I had my yield at the wrong stop. I was wondering why it looked a bit weird. Alright, look at us. 18 counters. Okay, what are we looking for? Land? Land would be good. I forgot to untap tap the forest. That's alright. At this point, we're mostly just doubling. Okay, that's a land. Scourge of the Fleets bounces Hensy mostly. Doesn't really do much for anything else. Well, I mean, I am swinging with my little wormy boy. I've got 2 wormy boys right now. Let's go, wormy gang. I'm still swinging with the wormy boy. And you are not an island yet, so we'll make you into an island. I have 5 islands right now, which is not enough, really. Alright, I think I'm gonna take a damage here, enchant this forest with a Utopia Sprawl. Keep our counters, thank you. And that will make... I mean, already... I don't actually know which one. Let's say green. Let's just say this also makes green. And... I have to Urban Evolution now? No, I don't. I can still tap this, put a fertile ground on it. We're just making one really, like, nice land. And then I will Urban Evolution. I like Urban Evolution. It's such a simple card, but like, just draw 3, put a land into play. What's there to complain about, right? And here is our land. We have Whir of Invention now as well, which is very much interesting. All right, let's untap our stuff. I don't want to go too hard on the calendar just yet, because as soon as that thing looks dangerous, I think it's done. It's gone. It's gonna die. Well, that's not a very Hensy-esque choice now, is it? Timeless Witness Blitzed. I mean, this is not what I was worried about, but I ain't gonna complain about that. Do we Whir of Invention for anything? We can get the key? I think I play some other artifacts. I forget. Wait. I'm checking artifacts! Nope, I played 2 artifacts. I think I also play an artifact land just so I can ramp with it. Please don't hit any Eldrazi, then I wanna eat Millennium Calendars. I mean, it's only at 23, come on, I mean, what's gonna happen? Don't need to worry about that. Chromatic Star, okay, no, that shit's getting thrown right back into the deck. Oh no, I'm so scared, oh no. Please go easy on me. Please go easy on me. Oh, okay, we're good. Oh no. I really need to find some interaction. I have nothing. I have not a thing. I'm just sitting here, dying. Okay. We have survived the turn. Good job. I do play a lot of interaction. Like, there's actually, there's like way more interaction in this deck than I would normally play. But all of it is just to protect the Millennium Calendar. Like, that's the sole purpose of it. I don't care about anything else. I'm seriously contemplating not going for the Whir of Invention just yet. I think I want to use it as a surprise. Because of course I could accelerate the clock right now. I could make it twice as quick. But so far, there's no major removal been used. I mean, there's probably a Beast Within or Generous Gift somewhere. And I feel like if I get the key, so I can accelerate the clock of the calendar to twice the speed, I think that's gonna draw attention. Attention in a way that I don't really want to draw. Wait, this triggers every turn? Once each turn. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh no, you're gonna do this to me? Every turn? Okay. Alright, we're fine. It's just, I know there's an Eldrazi in there. Like, we did see that. So I'm just a little worried. Oh hell yeah, we got Spell Burst. Oh my god, that is probably the best card we could draw. Alright, we'll activate the Millennium Calendar. A Spell Burst with Illuge. I mean, that's just fantastic. How many are we getting? We're at 55. Okay, so 55. We need to 100, 200, 400, 800, 1600. 5 more times. That is very doable. Okay, we got a land too. Oh, it's coming together. Eluge. As soon as I got this guy out, I can Spell Burst every turn with buyback. Which is a bit mean, but I mean, I'm using it entirely defensively. Put the flood counter on this forest. All right, so we got a lot of flood counter generation. I mean, this is like the ideal pairing, these two. They belong together. I think I'll actually attack here in hopes of baiting out this. Because that way this guy is untapped. I wouldn't mind having another blocker. I think I will play the Kiora's Follower now as well. Now is our moment. We gotta go in on this. Alright, we're getting blocked. That's fine, whatever. Kiora's Follower. So far, everything I've tapped will untap. Alright, we're going for... I mean, that isn't gonna work. Oh, you may. Oh no, we are doing it. Oh, what are we hitting? Cackling Counterpart. Alright, I mean, that's kind of cute, but ultimately I don't think I care. Alright, and then we tap the 2 remaining floodlands and double the number of time counters. Not sure if playing the follower was the right call. We are just maximum defense now. It's just leave me the fuck alone is what I'm saying. I am okay with anything that can happen so long as it doesn't kill the calendar and it doesn't kill us. I'm even okay if my other stuff dies, if the untappers die and whatnot. That's okay. Because it's unlikely that they die in isolation, right? Oh, that's a lot of mana. Holy fuck. That's an Apex Devastator. Well, okay. I know an Apex Devastator when I see one. You know what? I actually think Apex Devastator is not that scary of a card. More often than not, it does actually just hit shit like Viscera. Let's see what comes out of this one. I used to believe in this card, but then I played it a couple too many times and it just like kind of doesn't do anything. Solemn? Yeah, Animate Dead was one of the hits. Well, that is a card, I guess. And another Cascade. Braids. Braids is a good card. You can have Braids though. It doesn't kill us. It doesn't kill the calendar. So you may. How many islands with flood counters do I have? 4. So I'm reducing the cost of this by 4 right now. With Illusion. Ah, this card is so good right now. Oh, man. Oh, hell yeah. Hit that, dude. It doesn't even do anything. It's just gonna get untapped. Gonna take it out of combat. I am thinking, do we have it? I think we do, right? We said 5 untaps. We already did 1. We're gonna do 2 more. I mean, there's no guarantee, but hopefully we do 2 more. And then another 2 more in my turn. Well, in my turn, I actually got a lot more than 2 more. Maybe I should not go for the Worth Invention. I might just not need it. All right, you may sacrifice something. Honestly, you can do whatever you want there. I mean, that thing is getting sacked into the greater good anyway. Draw 600. Oh, no, wait, what? That got sacked into the braids? Really? No, I don't wanna sacrifice something. You can draw a card. I mean, I'm surprised that the Apex Devastator died that way. I really assumed that thing would be going into that greater good, like fed right into the meat grinder where it belongs. Because you just paid 9 mana. Well, you know, 9 mana because of the blitz, but usually 10 mana for 8 mana. You know, I know it can hit really well. It just like often doesn't. Ah, man. I wish it was better than it is. We went into that turn with no additional spells being cast. That is huge. All right, Nira, where are we going with this one? Prismatic Lens. Okay, we're good. Oh my god. I am. Every time. I just sit in pure fear. In the deepest of anxieties. I was just a shadow of my former self here. And concede? Okay, sure, concede, I guess. I mean, I don't think that really matters. Gotta go. That's okay. If you gotta go, you gotta go. Okay, I think we're dungeon crawling a little bit. Gold target creature. Yeah, Illusion is kind of big. Gonna get even bigger, right? Goes up to 9/9 at the very least. Yeah, this one is not blockable, so do your thing. It's just, it is how it is. Nothing you can do about it. What did we reveal? Titania's command. It's not too much of an issue. I'll take that in. Let's draw a card first. Mission briefing. That's huge as well. Alright, activate this. Let's do some quick maths. We got it. I don't need to Worth Invention because it leaves me exposed by using my Illusion. We are chilling. That's a lot of mana. Sakashima's Prodigy. That's just, that's a double cascade. Okay, come on. Cascade your thing. Snapback on Illusion. It's not ideal, but I think that's okay. I need to save the spell burst. Okay, that's nothing. That's a falafel dragon engine. You can do that. You can do that all day. I just need to make it through my turn. I don't even need to make it through my turn. We might have done it. Okay, we're putting some counters. I don't really care about that. All right, let's draw a card. We even just got a counter spell in hand. Is Illusion worth playing? Probably. It does reduce the cost of spell burst by a lot. It does leave me somewhat exposed, but not too much, I don't think. Alright, let's bring this fish back. Put this here. I'm not attacking right now. We hold control. We go into the end step. Trigger on the stack. Good. We pay for the Millennium Calendar. Untap the Millennium Calendar. We pay for the Millennium Calendar again. And we let this trigger resolve. There it is. I could try to go in on the stack right now. I think the safer option is to keep Spell Burst and Counterspell. I think the odds of them having two things that can deal with us are lower. And I can kind of observe first what they're going for, how much mana they're spending. That makes more sense anyways. Titania's command. I am gonna try to go over the stack on that one. X is currently 2. Yeah, that sounds good. Don't want to use it. Oh my god, I think we did it. Manifold Key. Untap. Oh, come on. Yes. Yes. Double the number of counters, 1700. Yes. I did it. It's 4 in the morning. I've been trying all day. I did it. Oh my god. I can't believe it. Oh my god. Yes. I worked hard for this one. I spent so much time. Let's go. That's gaming. That's gaming. I fucking sick. Let's go. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. We are still experimenting with gameplay, but I think this works a lot better than what we did last week, right? Just a little deck tech for a silly little idea, and then I show it to you in action. Although, oh my god, getting that game took way too long. You might notice my relief at the end of that match. Yeah, I spent like 10 hours trying to win a game. No, that's actually not accurate. I won games. I just didn't win them with the Millennium Calendar. Turns out you can just smack people with a 6/6, and that's pretty often enough to win at Commander. But triggering the Millennium Calendar is really difficult. The deck list is in the description if you want to give it a try. It is a reasonable deck. Like, it is playable. It's just really hard to make the Millennium Calendar work. If you want to turn this into a proper deck that, you know, can kind of stand on its own and isn't just entirely one gimmick, then I think something you could do really easily is to just kind of, you know, defocus the calendar a little bit, put in some more generic good stuff pieces, maybe put in some landfall, maybe don't, maybe just play a little bit of like an artifact shell, simulacrum synthesizer if you want to double the budget of the deck. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if this worked better, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.